Hey church, it's Pastor Geoffrey with the weekly video blog update for the coming weekend, which is the last weekend of February. Can you imagine it? We are gone through February already. It's Wednesday here at the office, and if you have not heard, we are not going to have Wednesday night activities tonight. We're not going to have our normal fellowship meal. I know it's the second week in a row that we have canceled that, but we don't want anybody getting out in those cold temperatures, and we don't want anybody having a slip or a fall or anything like that. So we're going to postpone it for this weekend. We'll pick it up next Wednesday because I think it's supposed to be in the high 50s or so. And so everybody is looking forward to that warmer weather, and so we'll get back together next Wednesday for that. Also, it's supposed to be really cold in the morning, so the ladies' BSF class at the church is canceled as well. And so ladies won't meet up this week. They'll meet together next week on Thursday when it'll be a good bit warmer as well. More information will come to you ladies directly from Kat, so be aware that that's probably coming your way if it hasn't gotten to you already. Which means we go into the weekend, and so in our weekend activities on Saturday morning, we were going to have a men's prayer breakfast, but Jamie Hargett just texted me and said we're not going to have a men's prayer breakfast this month, and that has been canceled. So what we're going to have over at Calvary is we're going to have our deacons meeting. So deacons will still meet up at 9 a.m. For our deacons meeting, we're going to have some breakfast, and then we'll talk about the deacon business going on for the coming year. So, brothers, I look forward to seeing you guys there at the church at 9 a.m. And then we get to the weekend on Sunday morning, and we are going to go back to the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 with the penultimate message from this wonderful little letter. Last time we looked at the shepherds with a message entitled Shepherding with Grace, and I said I was preaching to myself, and I did. And then we're going to have a message this week on Sunday morning called Humble Vigilance, where we are going to talk about humility, and humility with a particular effect to it. Peter's been talking about humility, but he's talking about humility with regard to the enemies of the church. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the devil, the adversary, and how we should react to him and his presence in the world, and do a little bit of a deep dive on a couple of situations from other places of Scripture of how we should treat the devil in our own life. So that's going to be the message in the morning. And then in the evening, we're going to go back to our relationship study. Our message last week was Reverse the Curse, Part 1, where we looked at how the wives could help the husbands in reversing the curse that God put on Adam and Eve in Genesis chapter 3. And this Sunday night, we're going to look at the other side of the relationship in the marriage, and we're going to look at how the husbands can help the wives reverse the curse on the wives that God gave on Eve in Genesis chapter 3. So 2 messages on Sunday as we move along, both in 1 Peter and in our relationships study. So that's what's on the docket for the weekend: a deacons meeting, 2 services on Sunday. And then I hope that you guys are going to have a stay warm event, and that you're able to get out and about on the weekend, and so we can worship the Lord together and learn a little bit more about what He has for us. So I pray that you guys are doing well and staying warm. I look forward to seeing you here at the church. Love you guys.